everyone, I'm Michael Pernai. I'm the VP of Sales at ETHOSystems, a Sage business partner specializing in the construction and real estate industry. I've been doing this for about 10 years now, and I thought it'd be a good time to share some tips and tricks with everyone for when they're in the middle of the software selection process. I know there's no roadmap for it. You might think you're doing things right. You might not know what you're doing at all. So I'm hoping that these tips and tricks can help you out and make your process go smoother and ultimately get you the right solution. Hope you enjoy. So the first tip I'm going to give you is to do your own research. There's many great sites out there for you to look at for software reviews, but what we find to be the best are going to be g2.com, infotech.com, and Gartner. You can see these graphics down below. You can do comparisons with other products. They're going to give you multiple types of scores, and there's also user submitted reviews, which I highly recommend reading those. It also never hurts to go check out YouTube and see the software in action. Number 2 is going to be make sure your must-haves are at the top of the demo agenda. What I mean by this is you're going to do a discovery with the sales rep prior to your demo. That's going to help tailor the demo to you, which is going to make it more personal and everything like that. This should be outlined during that call, and just make sure that you have those written down as well to be sure that those are hit during the demo. Now, if you have a lot of them and you're not able to do them all in the first demo, no big deal. You can always do a second demo, but make sure that those must-haves are hit. And this does lead into our third tip. So as I mentioned, number 2 does lead into number 3, which is if the person doing the demo says, yes, it can do that, make sure that you do see the software actually do that. So if you need to see fully burdened labor, hit a job cost report. Make sure that you're able to see payroll get entered, calculated, and then see that hit. Or there might be demo data in there already that can show you the process without you having to see the data entry. Other situations might include third parties, or it might be kind of a curveball that gets thrown, so they might not be set to show you that in that meeting. Don't worry. You could always use a YouTube video to see it or set up another demo to address those areas. But if it's a key piece of functionality, just make sure that you see it. Number 4 is going to be get a clear explanation of how support is going to be handled. What are you going to be responsible for? What is the business partner responsible for? What is their additional costs for? What is covered? What's the typical time frame to get an issue resolved? What type of support calls are they seeing happen most of the time? What is the business partner's current response time rate? Be sure to ask that just so then you have a very clear idea of what support is going to look like for you. Because there's some cases where support's going to be absolutely wonderful. You're going to be very happy with it. And unfortunately, there are other cases where the support is lacking and you need to identify that sooner rather than later. 5th tip, last but not least, is going to be getting full pricing transparency. Find out whether it's going to be by user, by module, what's the contract length, is it a multi-year, is it an annual with renewal, is it transaction-based, a mixture. Just make sure you get that full pricing transparency, especially if it's transaction-based, because with transactions, you need to know, is it just every AP invoice, is it one specific area and then we just track those? Is it anytime I enter data into the software? Is it a combination of every AP invoice, AR invoice, job contract, change order, purchase order, so on and so forth, and entering information in? Just make sure that you do get the full definition of that, because that's going to be super important. Last thing you want is to be using the software and then after a couple months, you get hit with a bill because of transaction levels being too high. Or you sign into a contract thinking it's an annual contract and you find out that it's 3 years. So just make sure that you do get that. Everyone will be very upfront with you and explain it all to you. At least they should. If they don't, red flag. So yeah, that's my last tip for you. So thank you very much. I hope you found this video useful. Hope you found it helpful. If you want to see more content like this, especially around Sage, our products, or ETHOSystems, what we offer, please like and subscribe to our content. Follow us on LinkedIn. We're doing webinars consistently. We're putting out blogs consistently, videos like this around a ton of areas around software. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Have a wonderful day. Thank you very much.